In the late 90s, I personally was totally intrigued by the Harry Potter book series. Created by legendary author J.K. Rowling, the books took us through the lives of Harry Potter and his friends who were all students at the Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Personally, for 4 or 5 Christmases, I would ask for the newest Harry Potter book. That's all I ever wanted. And it was because I felt like every time I read the book, I was there with them. It felt like I was part of a constant experience. Whenever I wanted to get away from the real world, I could pick up wherever I left off and be instantly transformed. It would be a race between me and my friends to see who would get the latest book first and discover the newest adventure. And we were all intrigued. We all felt like we were part of an experience. As a public speaker, you want to do the same thing. Provide your audience with an experience, one that they truly enjoy being a part of. Now, today at 29 years old, whenever I think back to the happy times of my childhood, Harry Potter always takes up a lot of that memory. I may not remember every single little adventure I had when reading those books, but I definitely remember I was very happy. Public speakers should always aim to give the audience the best experience possible. You don't want to be a public speaker who's forgettable, and you don't want to be a public speaker who is like the rest. Separating yourself from the pack involves more than just delivering great facts, clear pictures, and constant storytelling. There has to be a strategy behind the madness. When your audience thinks of you, what can your audience think of to distinguish you from the rest? Experiences can be geared around activities. Think about including an activity within your talk. For example, depending on your audience size, you may be able to pair people in groups of 5 or 10. And just for kicks, let's say that you're giving a talk on networking and you've gotten to the point in your presentation where you're giving tips on how to properly start a conversation with a stranger. As your audience breaks out into groups, you're directing them on what to say and how to approach a stranger. They then follow your direction and start talking to one another. That's a simple example of creating an experience. They'll remember what you directed them to do and how they interacted with their counterparts. Meeting a stranger, learning about a stranger in those few minutes, you just fostered an experience. Examples like this can happen at workshops, large conferences, and even events that fall in between. All in all, great speakers create and provide great experiences for their audiences. If you think that providing useful information is enough, you're mistaken. You have to be invested in your message, and that will involve going above and beyond, ultimately bringing your audience into your world. It's never just about the words, because if that was the case, practically anyone could do it. If you provide great information but don't break it down, then you're only halfway there. Storytelling and using real life examples will help you get fully there. The best thing about it is that we all have stories and examples to pull from. You just have to figure out which one will be the most impactful and tell it in a way that brings your audience into the experience. If you found this tip useful, please like it and share it. Comment on it as well and let me know what you think. Until next Monday, my name is Julian Leonard, and this tip was brought to you by the J. Leonard Group.